of course, I forget to add myself to the stream before I go live. Yeah, number 3. Just thought I wanted to get it out there. There's something that I read that kind of sparked something in my brain that I wanted to talk about, and I thought, what better platform than this thing that I've been doing with Locky Late Night, which is, again, not super structured or anything. It's more so just talking shit, and just shooting the shit, really. Like, if you want to talk some fights, I'm down to talk some fights, but more often than not, if I have things in my brain that I want to get out, I'll more than likely get it out here. But yeah, there's something about a comment that I read that I just wanted to discuss. So yeah, I'll let you guys follow in a little bit more before I get started. Obviously, hydrate, because it's important to stay hydrated during these times. Apparently, Texas has been getting wrecked with snow. Yeah. Apparently, they're not built for it. I heard Texas is just getting wrecked to the point that like, it's really fucking up their infrastructure, right? All right, Bob's Burgers is in the place. We got Shawnee Mac as well. But yeah, so I might as well just get into it. So there's this take that I read. I believe it was during the live stream or just a comment on one of my videos, where somebody was the Curtis Blades fight. That's the one I'm personally talking about. His sub prop is plus 950, and I feel like there's a little bit of value there. You know what I mean? It's to the point. Like, at plus 900, I think it's given how much an advantage Curtis Blades is going to have in the grappling realm, it's not out of the realm of possibility that he could possibly find a choke or, again, the way that he dominates it. And I read somebody that was like, that's a ridiculous statement in terms of, you should just give me the vanilla spin on this fight, which is just, he's going to take him down, he's going to ground and pound him. Pretty much every person who's breaking this fight down is breaking it down that way. Or there's a nutball, like that was me a couple months ago predicting Derek Lewis to win by KO. But when you look into a little bit more, you got to lean on the Blade side. Like, the Derek Lewis side of this fight is very, very small in terms of his path to victory, which is a knockout. But what I think we'll see Curtis Blades get him down, and I think it's a possibility he gets a sub. So to rule that out is ridiculous in my opinion. And also, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like, one thing that I like to do is also present a different angle to a fight. You know what I mean? Not just what you're going to hear everywhere. I want you guys to also see from my perspective that I do think that there's another outcome. And again, at plus 900 or plus 950, Marina Rodriguez plus 1350. You know what I mean? Jay Collier decision plus 500. Like, these things are possibilities, and you're giving me more than 5 times my money back. I think it's worth it, especially again in this fight with Curtis Blades, where he's going to wreck him on the ground, absolutely wreck him. Right? It's going to be pretty easy for him to do so. So yeah, if he gives up an arm triangle choke or a rear naked choke, like, it's absolutely a possibility. So I don't want to just be that guy that just always gives you guys the same thing that you hear on every single podcast. I want to see another side if possible. And obviously I have to warrant it myself too. I just can't throw it out there and think that it's going to come to fruition. But like, you got to think of certain awkward possibilities. Another one that comes to mind, Sumudarji via decision over fucking Zaruk Adeshev. You know what I mean? That's a fight where everybody's like, dude, he's going to knock him out right away. But let's give Adeshev the benefit of the doubt in the fight where he got knocked out by Tyson Nam. And look what happened. Right? I mean, I can't really gloat about that or anything like that. It's something that I put in my best bets and props article, but I didn't make an official play on it. You know what I mean? So I can't gloat to that extent. But you got to think about fights as not just you got to see other outcomes and, weigh the possibilities of that happening. So yeah, I unofficially, I have a play on Blades via submission. And another long shot that I just locked in after I finished up that propping you up stream was 0.2 units on Pat Sabatini in round 3. And shout out to my guys at CoolBet who I have an agreement with. They have it at plus 1900. So a nice little payout there. So I'm going to track that officially. 0.2 Sabatini in round 3. I think that's a solid spot. I put 1700 on the Propping You Up show, but that was before CoolBet actually released their odds, and they gave me plus 1900, so I'm all over that. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. T-Ron 87 is saying, I'm a hop on Blade sub. Great value. Yeah, I see it, man. I absolutely see it. I did skip over some. Bob's Burgers is saying, did you smoke up before? Because I might smoke too. All I'm going to say is that's not a bad idea, depending on what you have to do tomorrow. Robot Chicken Wings always showing your boy love, saying thanks for dropping the predictions. I'm really rooting for you. Have a great year. Yeah, for sure, man. I great winning event last time around with Usman and Poliana Vienna's under hitting. Great event. Hope to keep that train running. I got a handful of bets for this one. I'll drop them tomorrow, but yeah, I got a handful of bets. It's intriguing. But I just locked up the lock of the night play as well too. Gunny, what's going on? He plays too safe to try to sub. I'm assuming he's talking about Blades. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating how much Derek Lewis truly gasses later in the fight compared to how well Blades will be able to keep up his cardio, because I feel like Lewis gives up subs, man. Like he gives up those vulnerable positions, and you got a big guy like Curtis Blades, one of the best grapplers he's fought to this date. And the last time he fought a great grappler like this, he gave up a rear naked choke. It is a possibility. I think so. What's good, guy? Riley Boyer is saying any comparison between Lewis and Ngannou when it comes to fighting Blades? Nah. I wouldn't say so. Like, I think Ngannou is a much harder puncher, but I think we're reading too much into that. You know what I mean? Like, he's only been knocked out by Francis, which was one time. I mean, the TKO was in the first one was just due to his eye that was shut. So, like, are we really just going to put our hope on that Lewis can achieve that as well too? I don't think so, man. Blades is huge. He should be able to move well and then eventually get in on that shot. Again, it's MMA though. You know what I mean? The possibility is there that Lewis potentially deads him. And if that's your approach and you want to back Lewis, then you back his KO prop. He's not winning a decision here. He's not winning by sub. That's one guy you guarantee is probably not going to win by sub. And then yeah, I like me some Blades. Blades should win swipe free, but it's always scary laying juice on a heavyweight. Yeah, that's why I like the inside the distance. All right, let's get back to the live here. Gunny is saying one of the best props is Sabatini by decision plus 450. That's a possibility too. I could also be reading a little bit too far into the possible cardio issues of Alves, which I truly believe he has. So yeah, but come on, plus 1900. You tell me you wouldn't sprinkle that, knowing that Alves has this knack of slowing down and getting finished later in his fights. Farah Kapker, Nam hits like a truck. Yeah, Nam does hit like a truck. Joseph Emo, looking like you're sitting sideways already. Next tabs for you. Appreciate it, buddy. Shawnee Mac, when you can get the same breakdown on 100 different podcasts, for the point, I come for different ideas and perspectives. Yeah, like the obvious outcome is him winning by ground and pound, but let's try to think further than that and then take the odds into perspective. The sub's absolutely a not a bad spot. Pepe Silva is saying my local casino has eliminated by sub plus 1100. Again, I believe Daukis wins, but I wouldn't mind that flyer. That's a bomb-ass flyer. If Olenek wins, it's by sub, right? And you give me 11-1 money? Yeah, it's worth a sprinkle. Kidding me. Lucrative, what's going on, brother? He's saying that late-night grind, 15 fights was a lot to get through. Let's hope the hard work pays off. Yes, sir. Got to get through it, man. Got to get these, got to turn around 2021 and, get these bets going. Bob's Burgers, when was the last time Lewis was subbed, though? Been a while. I believe that the last one was Daniel Cormier. Cup Ripper, luck at it again. Yes, appreciate you, Cup, dropping by. I'm assuming a Denver Broncos fan. Gunny, yeah, for sure. That ain't a bad one. Better than the Blades one. True. Do you think there's some money to be made on the card? I fucking hope so. I fucking hope so. Henry Wells is saying, is fruition your favorite word? Yeah, it just encapsulates what I exactly am trying to say. Like, he's come to age in this perspective, or he's finally reached his peak. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, he's fruition. Come on, maybe I should run with that. Let's maybe see if I can start like a clothing brand with fruition on it or some shit. Danny Lags is saying, minute around one sub plus 1,000. Yeah, fuck you guys and your FanDuel. You know what I mean? Up here in Canada, we get like the pinnacles that have decent odds. Like, that's where I got I'm pretty sure that's where I got plus 1350 on Rodriguez via KO. And then I also got, just this past weekend, Lima via decision at plus 1150, even though it didn't hit. Again, a great value bet. Just like Minner, I don't think he's going to win. But if I had access to plus 10 or plus 1,000, I'd take Minner around one sub. Yeah, that's worth the sprinkle. Bob's Burgers is dying. Henry Bowser says, it is a great word. I can't lie. Thank you. I'll try to tone down on it. You know what I mean? I'll try to bring it in, but it's tough, man. When you're talking for as long as you're talking every day, or sorry, like what seems almost like every day, you guys get to know your boy. That's why I wanted to do these types of shows as well, too, right? Like, not just talk about structured MMA, but I'm down to just talk shit. Riley Boyer, last question for me. With how good Olynyk did against Lewis in the first round, why is there so much Olynyk hate? Seems to me you can do the same to Daukaus in the first and maybe get the sub. I think that Daukaus has better movement than Lewis, though. You know what I mean? Lewis is a little bit more slow and trudging forward, whereas Daukaus has been showing like great hand speed. I believe, like, I would trust Daukaus to stay on his feet more than I would Lewis, and I think that his crisp striking as well will be able to tag Olynyk, and then he probably finishes him. Maybe Olynyk gets a little bit reckless, right? That's something that they see on tape, and everybody sees it. Olynyk just like bombs forward and just tries to close the distance, try to get you down. Maybe Daukaus is studying that movement that he saw on tape and trying to make up the best counter to that, right? The guy's hands look good, and if anybody's able to do it, it looks like it could be this guy. But yeah, Olynyk sub plus 1,100. I thought somebody said worth a little bit of a stab though. Fruition merch, yes sir. Henry was saying I'd buy a tea with fruition on it. Fruition would be a great energy drink. Yeah, that's a solid take as well too. Yeah, man. Got to get back on the merch. Definitely got to get back on the merch. Like I sent out a bunch of hats. Like, I'm not sure how many of you guys are newer fans, but I got a bunch of hats that I sent out, some mugs and stuff. Thankfully, the wife's, or I guess my mother-in-law, I should say, she has a company that pretty much just makes all that stuff. Gray Barn Handwork, if anybody's interested in that. But they do a bunch of customization of any type of merch type of stuff. So she was helping me out with that. But yeah, I had an idea of something I wanted to drop with the new renovation of the studio and stuff. So yeah, I should lock that up soon and start selling you guys some shit. It's weird. It's weird being this kind of like personality of some sort. Henry Wells, I'm convinced you say fruition and caveat more than lock. So rebrand is needed. Fruition MMA or caveat MMA. Yeah, that's hilarious. Also, one thing I do want to say about that, like the word, I love how the word lock irritates people. Like, it's just a word, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm giving you my most confident play on the card, given the odds that we have. And that's where I'm telling you my lock is. We all know what I mean by lock. I'm fully transparent about my record as well too. So take my track record for what it is and make your assumptions based on that. So yeah, chill out. It's just a word, guys. Robot Chicken Wings is saying, what's your thoughts on Colby ducking Leon? I don't think he's ducking him per se. I mean, you got to take into consideration that this is a very high level fight, and he's getting less than a month's notice. If I'm Colby and I'm where I'm at, you know, coming off what was his last fight? Who the fuck did he just fight? He fought in the COVID era, right? Lost to Usman. Came back for, I want to say Woodley. Either way. Hold on, let me search that up. My memory is definitely not the greatest, especially in this state of mind. Yeah, he beat Woodley. He's up there still. You know what I mean? So I don't bang on Kobe for ducking Leon. Circumstances and all, I'm good. Pepe Silva, what's the highest line you're willing to pay for Leon against Bilal? Let me pull up my trusty Bet MMA tips odds conversion tool. So if this stays a striking fight, this is 5 rounds. Again, I haven't done the tape on this or anything, so this is all pre-tape leans. I feel like Leon would be the better striker. You know what I mean? I feel like he'll be able to move well enough to kind of move well enough and throw. Those are two things. Move well enough and throw against a guy like Bilal, who, you know, is always moving forward but is there to be hit. Like Diego Lima was doing very well with the calf kicks, but he just wasn't letting his hands go. And if he let his hands go a little bit more, maybe it would have been easier to kind of just keep Muhammad more at bay than he was. Obviously, tougher to do. I'm a fucking armchair expert over here. But yeah, that's what I think. And I feel like a guy like Leon could definitely let his hands go and really make Bilal hesitant on coming in on those scenarios and those exchanges. So in terms of probability, like I'd say, yeah, 80%. So minus 400. Let's give into consideration take into consideration the layoff as well, right? You can't overlook that, especially against a tough out like Bilal Muhammad. So I'll even take it down to 75%, and that's minus 300. So yeah, I think minus 300. I don't know about KO prop. I'd probably favor the decision prop. But yeah, maybe up to minus 300. If you want to be generous and not take away 5%, given the layoff that Leon Edwards went through, you can go to 80%, which is minus 400. So yeah, pre-tape, I'd say I'd bet him up to minus 300. Big Zoe is coming by and saying, what's up? Appreciate you, buddy. Robot Chicken Wings. Yeah, washed up Woodley. Still ranked at that point in time. Big Zoe saying, I'm risking my dog and I play on some women's MMA, reaching a new low. Well, if you took the under in the last event for the Vienna fight, you're doing well. Gunny is saying, Woodley, yeah, thank you, appreciate that. Shawnee Mac, massive step up for Bilal. Does he have a chance? He has a chance. You know, I mean, it's MMA, and Leon Edwards has been off for as long as he has, and Bilal has that that pressure, that style. So it seems like he's able to keep it up. I believe in Titan he went 5 rounds a couple times. It's a possibility, but I wouldn't be so keen on parlaying Leon Edwards just to parlay him. You know what I mean? I think you have to get a proper price before you do that. Yeah, Jonathan Code is saying they accepted the fight. Robot Chicken Wings has got Leon as well. Gabriel Padilla is saying, would you watch Usman versus Khabib? Nah, I don't care for that fight. You know what I mean? Even these talks of Usman going up to middleweight, like, let's let him fight a couple more guys. You know what I mean? I'd like to see how he matches up against, again, what if Khamzat Chimaev is like the shit? I'd love to see that matchup. I'd love to see Wonder Boy. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind if they made a case for Wonder Boy. There's a couple matchups there for Usman, and I wouldn't mind the Kobe rematch again. So let Khabib retire in peace. Bilal gonna get destroyed. Yeah, right to the point. 165 catch weight. Yeah, even the weight class doesn't matter. I just have no interest in watching that fight. It's a tune-up fight for Leon. Yeah, I don't want to be disrespectful to Bilal to say it's a tune-up fight, but yeah, it's an interesting one. This is a type of opponent that Leon should style on. And again, I say that with all due respect to our guy, Bilal Muhammad. But yeah, if Bilal wins this fight, amazing win. And sets him right up in that top 5 as well, right? I fell down 3 weeks ago. My rib is still bruised. Bilal going to fight to a decision and fight it in a month. Yeah, his calves took a beating. I don't know. Maybe he just jumped on the opportunity. Sergeant Snuggles, love the name. Thoughts on Izzy versus Jana? I feel like I'm too confident in Izzy to KO Jan in round 1 or 2. Yeah, that almost seems like a trap, right? Like Izzy is a great fighter, but this is his first fight at 205. And somebody put out a statistic that like Jan is 3-0 against guys making their light heavyweight debut coming up from middleweight. Could he keep the trend going? I mean, like he's a serious underdog against Luke Rockhold. He was a serious underdog against Dominic Reyes, even Corey Anderson. You know, I mean, like people keep overlooking him, and I know that Izzy is just another level. But uh, I'd have to see the tape again, and I'd have to see what the line is. Not the most interested in betting that one. That card is crazy though. There's a lot of spots to bet there. I don't think I'll bet that fight, given what I thought I saw. I can just scroll through it for you guys right now to give you guys my early thoughts on 259. But I love minus 260 for Adesanya. He should win. He should win. Maybe parlayable, but he should win. Alexander Rakic minus 160, baby. Not bad. Minus 170-ish on Pinnacle as well. Yeah, I really like Alexander Rakic in that fight. Let's just say that. What else do I like on the card? I'm so split on Yan and Sterling. Sean Brady, solid parlay piece, I'd say, even at minus 245. Islam Makhachev, Drew Dober's made some great improvements, but I think Makhachev has him beat there pretty soundly as well. Carlos Ulberg against Kennedy and Nzechukwu. Minus 170 is not bad for Ulberg, but I need to dig into that guy a little bit more. And Amanda Lemos, minus 150 against Lavinia Souza. I lean Lemos there, but I got to watch the tape. But yeah, minus 250 right now for Leon Edwards. All right, let me get back to the stream before I get too far off topic. Gunny said, I hit the Vienna by sub prop. Yes, sir. That's a good one. That was one I was on as well as the under 2.5. That was a good bet. PKK Wood, Nesty Nas for the late sub. I think that's a solid prop. I'm not mad at that. I think that's a solid prop. The studio night is a vibe. Get me through my last week working graveyard before a promotion. Shout out Lock. It's crazy to think the amount of different people that I'm like, again, I said this on the stream the other night. I'm like touching you guys, if you guys know what I mean. You know what I mean? Like I'm in contact with you guys, but you guys have no faces. It's weird as fuck. But to know that I have people from all over the place tuning in, it means a lot for sure. Jordan Shep, do you think Chimaev gets a top 6 matchup after he's healed or a tune-up fight? I don't think they'd give him like a John Phillips or a Gerald Mearshart type of guy. I think they'd give him at least top 10. Maybe not top 6, but top 10. Let's see. Let me just pull that up. Welterweight rankings. Because he's a 185 or 2 if he wants, right? So at 170 in the top 10, and he was getting Leon Edwards already. Wonder Boy, if Wonder Boy is up for the challenge, because that would even give him an incentive that if he wins that fight, he gets the title shot, right? Chiesa, I wouldn't mind that. That's a great fight. Yeah. Give me either Wonder Boy and Hamzat or Chiesa and Hamzat. But dude, they could also still do Leon versus Hamzat, even if Leon wins this fight. Like, it's Bilal Muhammad. He's an unranked guy. I believe he's unranked. Sorry, let me get my facts straight. He's number 13. Okay. But not like a top 5 guy. You know what I mean? So it's hard to sell a win or a title shot off of beating a guy like Bilal Muhammad. Again, no disrespect. I just have this weird feeling he's going to see this video one day. PKK Wood, thoughts on Spivak Jared over 1.5. I like that. To Jamal Emmers parlay 4 units on minus or plus 110. That's a solid bet, dude. I like that one. I have Emmers parlayed myself with something else. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I like Emmers there. Gunny, you're gonna get a title shot out of the way because he was already getting one from the Hamza fight. True, I'd be surprised though, man. Like for justice, he should. I think he should get it. And John West is saying Yan or Sterling. Early Lena's Yan, but I gotta run the tape on that one. That one's a tough one too. This is Izzy we talking about, dog. Izzy ain't just guys coming. For sure, for sure. I get it. I get it. He should have him outstruck on the feet completely. Glover needs a touch shot. Also, sorry, one more thing is his get-up game is ridiculous. Like when guys take him down, he is nonstop moving. Just I'm not settling on the back, so that's a great thing about him too. And he's in his prime. Maybe I'm reading too much into that one. We'll see. Glover needs a title shot. Yeah, dude, I feel so bad for him, man. I think he's like the backup right now for this matchup, but come on, the guy is fighting time at this point. You know what I mean? So help him out. Robot Chicken Wings is saying Izzy is a wizard in striking, but Polish power can turn his lights off at any moment. Yeah, possibility. It gives you a lot of confidence that he put out Paulo Costa the way he did, right? Ben Eggs, dude, let's go. Cody smokes Aldo. Yeah. Maybe, yeah. Sterling is shocked. People, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be even surprised if I don't have a bet on this fight. Gotta hit him first. Anyone you like for DFS other than Blades, Minner, Gordon, and Daukus? Even Minner, I'd play on the low side. I said that he's a sleeper of the night, but like, it's more so on potential of how much he could actually bring home. In terms of wins, it's tough to pick a true sleeper. Let me see if I can give you another one. Create a lineup. Let's go. So let me see if I can give you somebody else there. I think I gave you Blades, Gordon, Daukus. I'd say Imavov at 8,000 is not bad. I think he has a high finishing upside, in rounds 2 and 3. That's as long as he doesn't get starched. So I'd be interested to see what the ownership on Haas is going to be. Because that could tell a lot. Because if he wins, he scores heavily, right? So how much are people going to be banking on that guy? And according to the odds, he's a slight favorite. So that's really about it, man. Like I there's certain spots that I like, but in terms of DraftKings wise, I'm not sure like the best spots that are going to score that high. Obviously, you're going to get the Curtis Blades racking up the points he is. The upside in Tom Aspinall if he truly puts away Arlovsky early. I'm not buying into that one as much. Yeah. Maybe Sabatini as well. I think Sabatini's down there. Yeah, 7,300 Sabatini. I think he has some upside as well. So hopefully that helps. Glover needs to fight the winner of Izzy on his run is incredible for sure. Nah, Leon going to want his title shot, yeah. I can't blame him either. You know what I mean? He's just been getting fucked. Leon was better off taking the Wonderboy fight. Yeah, man. That was a great fight. I still think that Wonderboy could present some issues. Like now that I'm thinking about it a little more, he could give Usman some issues. He could. And depending on what the odds are, and y'all know I'm an Usman dick rider. Like I bet him pretty heavily last time around. I was very much sold that he was going to go in there and beat Burns the way, not the way that he did, probably by decision or at least a later stoppage. But yeah, Wonderboy could give him some fits on the feet. Any plans to do prediction videos for other organizations in the future? Yeah. So so right now I'm obviously working a 9 to 5, but I've set myself up in a position now where I can leave that and do this thing full time. So once I do that, I'm thinking it's probably going to be a month and a half, maybe 2 months tops. I'll just grab a couple more paychecks, take not advantage, but like take the benefits as much as I can, and then just lay off and do this thing full time. So at that point in time, I'll look into doing Bellator, I'll look into doing PFL, But I'll definitely have more time on my hands to dedicate to this stuff. Whereas right now, it's a rough one. Let's just put it that way. It's a rough one doing all this work. Jordan Shep, who does Izzy fight next? If after Yan, if you had to guess, I think he's chasing Jones, but I could also see him having that swagger of saying that he wants to defend the title at least once to truly be a champ. And I guess the winner of Rakic and Santos or Glover, give him Glover. Glover is first. Glover for sure is first. Then maybe even the winner of Rakic and Santos. I think Rakic is a huge dark horse in that division as well. Jones skipping over Blades and Izzy skipping over Glover. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Especially if Ngannou beats Stipe. Scritchin is saying only sub losses. Cormier, yep. And again, the only person that he's been like Blades is going to be the next best wrestler that he's had to deal with. And I'm willing to take my shots at plus 900. Ruben Ramos is saying, I'm working on your art right now. I appreciate it. I'm doing a little bit of a logo redesign, and my guy Ruben Ramos is hooking me up. He did some solid fucking work that I came across on the IG. Make sure you guys check him out. Let me give him an actual shout out here. So his IG is, come on, work with me. T800 Ruben. So T800 Ruben. You should guys check him out. Great artwork and a solid dude. Brings whatever you want to life. Check him out. Sergeant Snuggles, any idea on which round Chris gets to finish? This one I don't have as good of an idea, but if you had to put a gun to my head, maybe round 2 or round 3. I'd truly be surprised if we see Lewis make it to round 4. I'd be surprised. Dominic Cruz or Casey Kenny, early feeling. I lean Kenny given his youth and the improvements we've been seeing from him as of late. And does Dominic really have the same movement? Is he still able to go out there and fight at that level? I mean, these are now like legit guys that he's coming up against now. How old is Dominic Cruz? He's 35. He'll be 36 in March 9th. I believe that's the night they fight as well. So, tough one, man. Tough one. I like what we've been seeing from Kenny, but I want a better line, to be honest. Because even if we see maybe like a 75% version of Dominic Cruz, that's a live version of Dominic Cruz. But yeah, I need better odds on Casey Kenny at this point in time. What's going on, Big J360? I'm going to hop on out of here very shortly. Midnight, agree about Wonderboy. It's a different style than he's fought. Yeah. The only other guy that comes to mind who I think could beat Usman is Colby. And again, we've seen that fight, but if you go out there and give Colby maybe one more fight against a top level guy, maybe he re-deserves a title shot. And I think he has the best, like, he's a carbon copy of Usman, but Usman just hits a little bit harder. You know what I mean? If you guys remember the scorecards going into that 5th round, it was 2-2 on one judge's scorecard, 3-1 one way, and 3-1 the other way for the other guy. So like it was nuts. But yeah, Wonderboy would definitely present a crazy and different approach. Gotta hope Rubens wins that. I can't wait to see the potential drama that would come of the whole Megan Anderson and Casey Kenny thing, if there's anything like that. Jordan Shep is saying, keep up the good work, Log. I enjoy listening every week. Appreciate it, dude. You guys giving me that recognition is nice. All right, I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to do some tape index updates. If you guys haven't checked out the tape index and you guys like to do studying of your own, make sure you guys check out MMAplay365.com. And there's the tape index there. Pretty much it's like a gambler's prep guide. You know what I mean? You just go to one page. I have this one page bookmarked. And whenever I want to tape study, I just go to that page. It has every single fight pretty much that it can be found on the internet, including direct links to Fight Pass. And we are working on a little bit of an overhaul that may include a different, very useful link for people in the US who can only watch some of these fights on that other app, but I won't say anything about that right now. So yeah, make sure you check out the tape index. I'm not sure how I did any tape study before that, but it's very helpful, especially with guys that are just making their UFC debuts or something like that. Very helpful saves a ton of time, especially if you have a significant other or something like that. Trust me, you want to be as efficient with your tape study as possible. So I hope that was a good enough commercial. Let's see what you guys are saying on the way out here. Henry Bowes is saying, really tempted on Jared Gordon, but I haven't bet him yet. Don't really understand the overwhelming love for Chavez. Yeah, I already have a bet on Jared Gordon. I took him plus 120, 1.5 units. Yeah, I'm with you on the Chavez thing. Can't just tell me off that one TJ Brown fight that Chavez, deserves to be a favorite against a guy like Jared Gordon, who, yeah, albeit a little bit slow, and has even addressed the concern that he knows he's a little bit slow and needs to work on it. And then obviously working now with Sanford MMA and Henry Hooft and these guys. I love it. I love it. More with less is saying, asking what the site is again. It's MMA Play 365. You know what? Since I have you guys here, I'll just do a quick little look through of what it actually looks like. I'll share my screen. It's cool, man. Obviously I put it together, so I'm kind of selling it. It's $3.99 a month, because it does take a lot of work to fucking keep it up to date and find all these links. But yeah, $3.99 a month. Let me just sign in and show you guys what it looks like. So it's MMAplay365.com, and then just go under what is it? It's under one of the product pages. You can go to the product page and it's there. Yeah. All right. Let me go live here. Don't mind actually, you know what? I can go live. Come on, share my screen. This is what it is. All right. So the tape index. You guys see it? Oh, nope. Whoops, my bad. There we go. That's much better. So yeah, we have all the events here, and you can go through and just click on whatever fight that you want to watch, and it'll just pull it right up. So like I said, it's good for fighters that are just like making their UFC debuts or who are kind of newer. So like for Chris Delkis, if you want to watch his Sean Teed fight, we have the direct link. Bang. You don't have to search the web. They're all safe websites. Don't got to worry about anything. We got you covered. If you want their Tapology page, bang, it's right there. You know what I mean? Everything's on one page, so you don't have to scour the web. You don't have to waste little bits of time here and there. So, bang. Here's his Chris Delkis's Tapology or Instagram. So yeah, I hope you guys see what I'm trying to get at there. Now, let me bring this back here. Pretty cool, right? Henry Wells, good night. Yep. More with less. Thank you as well, too. Are you more comfortable with American odds or decimal? I'm an American odds kind of guy. I'm up in Canada, by the way. Oh, shit, this is clutch. What is this? Yeah, it's MMA Play. Here, let me just link it. The fuck don't I just do that? I'll put it in the chat for you guys right now. Yeah, $3.99 a month. You need the way to use it to the best of his ability is having Fight Pass, because obviously for a lot of the fighters who have been fighting in the UFC for a while, their links are just their Fight Pass fights. But again, it's very handy for that, just because it's all on one page for you. And there we go. All right, it should be in the comment section now. Check that out. Trust me, very helpful. And again, the best way to use it, make sure you have Fight Pass especially for the UFC fights. But it's really good for the UFC newcomers as well, and just being efficient with your time. So I appreciate you guys checking me out. We're already coming up on 40 minutes. I only wanted to do this for 30 minutes, but here we are. So yeah, good luck on your bets. I'll see you guys tomorrow, or I guess today now, on the East Coast. 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing the final weigh-in stream with the guys over at Odds, Bleed, Cody, and MMA Prediction Guru. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.